Okay. In archaeology, heritage is a very important part of the discipline because we're working with what people produced and what people transmitted whether they want it or not. But the archaeologist has to regain that information from the past. And this is important when one is reconstructing the history of a certain region, of a certain territory, because in more than one instance, the identity of the people that created the archaeological data, the people that lived in a past society, must be identified through their material culture. Geoheritage, or heritage, is what the archaeologist is finding when he's doing his research. So he wants to be able to translate archaeological objects or the archaeological context into a broader sense, who wants to see how the society lived in a given situation. And this forcibly means that the society was placed in a certain territory, and the society exploited the resources of the territory in order to develop all of its potentials. This is important because the way the society does this, it produces its identity. The archaeologist, in a certain way, must find the identity of the people that were living in a territory, so he can understand how they adapted to the specific circumstances that they had to meet. They had challenges, environmental challenges to meet. They were producing food, but they were also producing social activities, and social activities that transcended not only from the region but also went into other regions. They had interactions with other people, and their identity is often found in other regions because of the materials that traveled with the interactions. So for the archaeologist, the notion of heritage, territory, and identity are very important. All of his work is more or less reduced to trying to cope with these three elements. We know that the archaeologist has two important frames, the frame of time and the frame of space. The archaeologist must try to place a given society in a certain time. With the modern methods, this is easy to do, or more or less easy to place, because radiocarbon dating and other means helps us to be placed in a proper chronology. The problem is, how does the place itself change through the action of man? Because man is continually transforming the environment, and that's the way the society evolves. That's the way the society progresses. So the identity of the society is more or less impressed upon the environment, upon the territory, and this is what helps us to recreate cultural areas. And it is through the archaeological objects that we find and that we classify that we can be able to determine the extension of certain cultural areas, the extension that a territory had for a given society. The identity is seen through the archaeological objects, through the way man transformed its environment. And this is especially true in jungle environments, when man transformed the natural settings and more or less produced a natural garden, an artificial garden, where he would produce his food and where he could work his social activities and maintain an ongoing society.